references and stuff for your FX makeup, look at the actual wounds. A lot of them are very gross and not fun.
Guess it's a good thing you took medical classes in the Army.
Oh yeah, you should see some stuff that happens to people and the stupidity that causes it. The other thing is, if you get a cool injury, take photos of it. Cast a mold of it. Like,
Share it with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I'm gonna move this back a little bit because I like sitting on the tables. I'm a weirdo. I don't want to die though. There we go. So, fun fact, do you guys know that gravity actually severely affects your bruises?
So you mean that a bruise would form differently in space?
Yeah, actually, very differently. I got in a really bad car crash last year just before Metrocon and got a lovely bruised bone right below my kneecap.
Didn't you take a cast of that?
I did, because it burned a hole into it too. But my foot actually turned black. It never got hit. All the blood from the bruise up here drained straight down into my foot. I looked like a zombie. It was awesome. Took lots of pictures of it because it was a really interesting thing. Now I know if I want to do like an arrow to the knee, the bruising would all go down towards the foot instead of staying around where the arrow went. In fact, I had almost no bruising up there because I was on my feet so much. But same thing, if you're trying to do a wound for a movie where the guy's been in, bedridden for the last month, it's not going to go down to his feet. It's actually going to sink down to his back or his side or however he's been laying.
It's going to be in his butt.
No, it's not. You guys may be wondering what this weird powder is. This is alginate. Alginate, it honestly feels really weird. It's like a thing full of cornstarch in texture.
Oh, it's nice. I could sleep on that.
What alginate is it's made from, you guessed it, algae.
Ooh.
Yay! It's a biodegradable, food-safe, body-safe casting compound used to make body casts. So if you wanted to be able to do your own hand, so that way in a movie you can have someone put a butcher's knife through it by having a fake hand there. You'd use alginate to cast your arm. Good thing about alginate, it's really inexpensive and easy to use. You add water. Done. Then you stick your hand in it. Bad thing about alginate, you have to get all the casting done that day. Alginate, once it's cast, will actually dry back out and crumble, and you can't just crush it up and use it again. Once it happens, you have to throw it out. The other bad thing, it is the consistency of snot.
Oh, it feels so weird
and
going
it's
on.
cold.
Yep. You're not going to put any on me, are you?
No, I'm going to actually take one of these suckers.
Oh, thank goodness. Get somebody with a beard.
No,
Face.
no. Not putting it on anyone's face. It's going to be like your hand. But you're still going to have to sit still with you. The other fun thing is ants will eat fake blood. Because fake blood is edible, and when you squish the ants, you'll end up with little red spots where you squished them because they were full of fake blood. I learned this from experience.
Fun story. Great to share. Definitely applicable.
All it is to store your stuff properly. This is all my FX makeup. You can usually pick these up from military surplus stores, or you can ask your friend who has lots of guns if you can have one of his ammo cases.
You did the latter, didn't you?
I did the latter. But it also means that if this drops off of the trolley, or if I drop it on the floor, even if something leaks inside of it, it's not going to make a mess anywhere I go. And honestly, I can open this up and shove it in my dishwasher.
It's because those are made to withstand bullets going off by themselves, right?
Yeah. This is meant to withstand if a fire happens and a couple bullets shoot.
And they can do that. Bullets can fire themselves.
The only thing is they're a little difficult to open.
Welcome to the Army.
So I got this cool thing. We are currently working with a company called Reynolds mold making material. They're really awesome. They're stationed out of Orlando, Florida. And they're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in the world. Like, in all honesty, they're really awesome.
I love those guys.
I went in to just get some silicone and resin for my other two panels. And they gave me these kits for free because they heard I was doing an FX panel. These are $30 kits. They gave me 2 of them. I don't know why. Probably because they're awesome. What this is it's a really awesome blood kit for the sheer fact that instead of it just being a jug of blood that tastes like mint, minty toothpaste.
Also applicable.
Well, you have to put it in your mouth sometimes. This,
You gotta put blood in your mouth. Go mint.
make sure the blood is edible too, like actually read it. It will say whether or not it's edible. You trust me, I've accidentally put non-edible blood in my mouth. It tastes horrible. But this has your one big jug of blood, which is this stuff, the ultimate blood kit. But then you also have blue tint to make arterial blood.
What?
Yep.
What's arterial blood?
Like if you slit someone's jugular, it's from the artery.
It's different from regular blood.
Yep, blood actually is different colors. So you have the red tint to bring it back down to normal. You also can make old blood with yellow tint that you get in this kit too. This is a really fun kit. That's not it. Of course, there we go. Yellow tint. But the other fun thing about this is, who's worked with fake blood before? It's good for some things, but it's really runny. It beads up on the skin after a little bit and looks stupid. This never beads, including if you put it over liquid latex and silicone. It will stay looking like blood. You also get these two things. These are a thinner and a thickener to make old, kind of more clotted up blood versus runny stage blood that splatters. If you make a little pot of the blood and you thin it out too much, you can actually add thickener and turn it thick again, and then thin it back down again, and then turn it thick again, and continuously do this until you run out of blood, and it won't affect the quality of it.
Speaking of thickness and thinness, if you're going to do a cosplay and your character's supposed to be bloody for some reason, don't do thin blood. A lot of people do that. It looks kind of weird, like they were just all cut up, but they're not. They're walking around, clearly. And
if you're going to be like from The Walking Dead or Left 4 Dead and you want to have old wounds, the blood should be brown.
yeah, it should.
When blood starts drying and gets old and oxidizes, it turns a really gross looking brown. If you have bright red blood on you, it means that you just recently killed someone or got hurt.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. The other kind of pet peeve is people will go out and get these little gauze bandages to have wounds. Their entire cosplay will be covered in dirt and torn and smudged up, and then they have bright white bandages.
True. What are you going to do, roll it in the dirt and stick that on you?
Well, put it on and then go over it with the same makeup you used on the rest of your stuff. Make it look old, make it look dirty, make it look like it survived the apocalypse with you.
Not going to sleep in that day, huh?
Nope. You can get these kits. They're actually really cool and really worth it. Apparently this is enough blood to make an entire horror movie off of.
Depends on the movie, doesn't it?
Depends on the movie, but I mean,
Like
you can
killing
do a lot of wounds with just this little thing of blood. So $30 is worth it if you're trying to get really realistic stuff. You can also get these little kits from
Ben 9?
Bin 9. This is old blood. It's kind of gross feeling because it's kind of the consistency of dried out jam. But
Looks like dried out jam.
it kind of does. This is not edible. Just FYI. This is really good to put in the center of a wound before you put the liquid blood around it because it's the starting of a clot. This is blood that's kind of sat around for a little bit and gooped up or gotten even dirt and crud in it.
Looks like it's ready to be a scab, but it's not there yet. 'Cause it
Not
hasn't
quite.
been long enough.
Not quite, yeah. But the bad thing is if you spread it too thin, it almost turns pink.
Is it lipstick now?
Basically.
Yeah.
And it's really sticky and stays really sticky forever.
You'll get stuff in it.
And it feels gross, and I don't have paper towels. Shit.
Well, guess you're gonna have to live with it.
Gosh dang it.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
You already used your one curse word from Metrocon.
Paper towels! My hero. Thank you. Yes. The good thing about a lot of this makeup is most of it comes off in water. So just step in the shower.
Also, bad news about this makeup, most of it comes off in water. Don't go in the rain.
Not only that, guess what else kind of acts like water when it comes to makeup? Sweat. And guess what we do a lot of here in Florida?
At cons.
We sweat. The best thing to do if you want hyper-realistic FX makeup that can last through the sweat, the rain, including this makeup, you can shower in it and it will stay in place.
I know what you're talking about.
It's alcohol-based FX makeup. The only thing that can take it back off is rubbing alcohol.
And a lot of it.
Well, not a lot of it. Depends on how much you paint yourself.
If you want to be from Homestuck and you want to be entirely gray, it's going to be tough to get it all off.
Just FYI, don't do what I did the first time I used it. I went, yeah, if I just scrub hard enough, it'll come off. I was gray for 9 days. I did Marceline the Vampire Queen, and it would not, no matter what I did, it would not come off. We ended up having, and I had to wait till payday to be able to go and get rubbing alcohol to take it off.
Did they let you come into work with gray skin?
Luckily, I wasn't working at that time.
Ah.
It was wonderful. But yeah, it sucked. So just make sure you get it ahead of time.
I hate that stuff.
Don't
put that on me.
Are you good at catching?
Catching?
Yeah.
So. I was.
Not the worst.
It's not the worst.
It's basically full of rubber. So.
Open up, use your finger, poke at it a little bit. You will think that you actually have to unscrew it. You'll think that this stuff is completely useless. It's completely solidified into rubber.
It's like a bouncy ball in there.
It literally is. The thing of it is, this is FX gel. It comes in 3 main colors: flesh, plasma, I'm not going to send them all around, and blood. This is really good for Florida. But again, like most awesome things for FX makeup, when you use this, it goes to consistency of snot.
Yep.
And the worst part is this is going to be warm snot.
It's tacky too.
Ooh.
Does it ever stop being tacky?
Yes.
I don't think so. It does?
Yes, it turns back into this. You put this in a cup of hot water, it will turn into a liquid/goo. You can apply it, put it on, even pour it into molds. Once it cools, it will turn back into a solid rubber, including onto your face, which gives you a really nice effect, and you actually can sweat in this or not transfer it onto someone's cosplay when you give them a hug.
If you really want to save money, you're really confident, you could reuse it after you've used it.
Yeah, as long as you don't put makeup on it, you just melt it back down and pour it back into its little jar.
You bought that years ago.
Yeah, I've had this for 4 years now.
Not that you haven't used
And like,
it.
it doesn't really come off. It sheds like an eraser and that's about it. So it's really good if you have the stomach for having something like mucus on your face for a little bit. It's kind of gross.
Someone needs a command.
Hey, lay down. All the way. Thank you. He's not used to being in one place for 3 hours.
Neither are you.
Neither am I. But any questions thus far on this stuff or how to use it or anything of that nature? Okay. This stuff's a little expensive to buy, but like I said, I've had this for 4 years and I've done this panel for 4 years. Multiple times I've done my own FX makeup. I did an entire burned person.
Fun.
I heard jingling. Now the number one thing is though, the only other person I will put this stuff on is her. Because I know where she's been, she knows where I've been, we live with each other. I would never put this on someone else's face because it's been on my face. I'm fine. Please be aware that FX makeup is just like any other kind of makeup and can transfer bacteria from one person to another. You can get extremely sick from it. Don't share makeup, and especially for the love of God, people, don't share contacts. Don't buy contacts from the dealer's room. They're cheap, they're great, you really want the green eyes for your cosplay, they can rip your cornea out, and you will be blind for the rest of your life. You need to make sure your contacts fit.
I've seen booths that have like trier, like you can try them on to see if you like them.
Yeah, do you know how many other people have tried those on too?
A lot of people.
Would you really touch your eye to someone else's eye?
That's like the most intimate thing I can imagine.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, please be safe. I mean, if you go to your eye doctor, a lot of insurances cover just getting a fitting. Now, I'm not saying you have to order your contacts through your eye doctor. Those usually don't work too well, especially for people with brown eyes like me. But you can go on a website called Honeycolor. For about $20, you can get prescription colored contacts in your proper contact size, and they ship usually within 4 days.
Does Honeycolor have any regular sized irises?
Yes, they have the entire range of different size and curve and all sorts of things.
Because they're known
for
for making
context.
irises look bigger.
Yeah,
It's a very oriental kind of theme website.
yeah. But at that point, I mean, sometimes those dealer rooms, one will be your correct contact size, but it's better knowing than hurting yourself. If you have contacts in and they turn painful, take them out. Usually means something's wrong. It could just be that your eyes are fatigued and don't want them in anymore. It could be that they've cut your cornea and now you have a burning little laceration in it.
Or you just suck at putting them in.
Or you just stuck in putting them in and put them in backwards, like inside out. That hurts. But yeah, please think about your safety over how good you want your cosplay to look. It's not worth going blind for. Just to have Itachi's, eyes. It's not, it just isn't. It's a costume. It's also not worth going blind by putting liquid latex over your eye. People do it because, I have a burned face and I'm not supposed to have the one eye. I'll just put liquid latex over it.
Oh, I'm gonna be Zuko.
Don't do it.
There are ways to go around that.
There are a lot of ways to go around it. One of them is this stuff doesn't have alcohol in it. It won't seep into your eyes, but still, I would not recommend going beyond the bone that basically goes around your eye. Don't go into your eye socket. At that point, use makeup that is mint for your eyes. I have had to airbrush someone completely green to be Beast Boy before. I literally stopped around their nose area and then went through with the paint to paint around their eyes and then got matching eyeshadow to do the rest of it. It's a pain in the butt. It costs a little more money. It doesn't look as good.
Obligatory question. Is there a way to completely cover your eye with makeup like
Yes.
you don't have an eye?
Yes. There are several ways to be able to do it. Is that so?
Wasn't me.
No, it's because I know.
Yeah, they don't know.
I have a service dog. The grunts and stuff are usually telling me that I'm being anxious or I'm about to get dizzy, and since I'm sitting, I'm going to ignore him because,
Or we're annoying him.
or we're annoying him. But usually it's because he's trying to tell me something. Yeah. Anyways, you can go out and get silks or fabrics and stuff, and you can look it up online, look up a lot of tutorials and things on that. Anything that recommends putting this over your eye is wrong. Anything that has a solvent in it should not go around your eyes. Trust me, not only can it hurt you, it hurts like hell.
But not only can it damage you mean? You said not only
Well,
can it hurt
yeah,
you, it hurts like
I mean hurt as in, damage. You knew what I meant.
I'm trying to clarify
For the film.
for the home studio audience.
Ooh.
That's
Anyways.
that.
The other thing is makeup sponges also, you don't share these with people. And that seems like a lot of common sense, but you'd be surprised. Again, I have to tell people in my silicone and resin panels not to drink the liquid silicone and liquid resin.
Yeah.
Because I've had 4 people try. Oh, I just wanted to see what it tastes like. Why?
Why do you?
Why?
You need to know what everything tastes like.
Oh, but he dared me. I don't care.
Those are the people that take soaps that are made to look like food from somebody's booth and just eat it.
Yeah. We had that happen to a friend. Someone just walked up and grabbed what they thought was food off
Ate
the
her
booth
soap.
and ate it. And then got mad at her. It's just like,
For
you
displaying
didn't pay it. You didn't pay for
I
it.
just walked up and took a bite of what you thought was my lunch.
Yeah. Also, please be very mindful of what your makeup does. You may think it's dry. I would recommend just getting a cheap piece of white cloth from Joann's, and once you think it's dry, rub your hand or whatever you have painted on that white cloth. If anything comes off of it, you probably shouldn't touch someone else who is wearing cloth.
Or someone
Because
else that has makeup.
you really don't know how much work or how expensive or anything that cloth is. And
Especially at a con.
you really don't want to be that person. Also, if you're going to do full body paint and you want to use cream paint or unsealed body paint, you probably shouldn't do it at a con. Because yeah, it might not be your fault that someone bumps into you. They're still going to scream at you for it because now their cosplay's ruined.
I mean, at a con you can expect to be bumped into.
Exactly. So be a little mindful of where you are and what you're doing and that fun stuff. But Yeah, so who wants to come up here and be my victim?
Is he a hand? Is he two?
Well, you're gonna be my body cast double, so get up here.
Then you can do something else?
Yeah, I'm going to use you for blood.
Scare all your friends when you get back to wherever you're sleeping tonight.
I will apologize ahead of time. I'm sorry my FX panel is not as cool as last year.
No, take a picture. Send
No,
it to
don't
your
worry.
mom.
There's still time yet.
I don't know what
Oh, it won't
happened.
be. So those of you who weren't here last year, I had a co-host named Scott Finsterer. Finsterer is actually his last name.
I had no idea.
That name might sound familiar to some people. He took 3rd place last season at Face Off and didn't tell me before coming to Metrocon and co-hosting with me.
He's not allowed to tell you before.
I
it
was
goes
mad
out.
at him either way.
Don't be such a person. I can't think of anything that's not derogatory. Okay, you're on.
I just want to dump this out real quick so I can use it. So either way, it was really cool last year because not only did he come in with like professional grade surgical
Oh, this is
glue
from the-
and
yeah.
crap like that,
From the last
he
one.
brought in a life-size human intestine painted and made from silicone.
Passed it around the room.
Passed it around the room, wore it around his neck like a scarf. It was awesome. We're going to put this table back.
There's a TV on it. A really nice TV, might I mention.
This thing.
It's the size of a table. Oh my gosh. We need one of these.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Look at it.
We don't
It's so
need it.
shiny.
Here. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You could eat off
Should we move the dog? Well,
Yeah.
the dog's moving anyway. He doesn't like it.
So yeah, we're going to do some fun with alginate. Now please be advised, not everyone is okay with alginate. You should always do a small tester, which I'm going to do on my friend here. They zip tied it shut. Ken.
Let me see if I have scissors. I do have scissors. I know I do. Somewhere. Pull this out. Right, and you twist the ends and... I don't have scissors, but I do have an inhaler, so that's really great. I didn't know. That would have helped earlier.
Almost. Come on. Sorry, I thought this was a twist tie when I originally looked at it, so I didn't think